How's it going, everybody? Happy Saturday. It is Fandom Empire time. So the truth is I was kicked out of my living room because Jade's mean. That's the truth. That's the news. No, I'm kidding. Sort of. Jade wanted to put the finishing touches on a late birthday gift, and I wasn't allowed to be in the room to see it. And the truth is I was going to pre-produce about 2 or 3 videos down here, and I thought, you know what? Let's just do a 1-hour stream. We'll stay mainly on Halloween shit. And if people want it, we'll timestamp it and they can come watch this video. How's everybody doing? How's the weekend going for everybody out there in the chat? All 33 of you beautiful mother Canuckers out there. How's everyone doing? I don't know if she wants me to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's my show, so I get to do what the hell I want. I'm going to show you the gift she made me. Here it is. The axe is not actually there. She asked me if she wanted me to put the axe on, and I said no. I think it would be too cluttered. And so she did something from The Shining for me. And the design's pretty spot on. So that's cool. I got that. And I got a Michael Myers one. And I got a Darth Vader one that she's now done. And we're going to put them in nice frames and hang them up around the studio. It's going to be fun. It's going to be cool. Thank you for working hard on that, Jade. It looks amazing. Good stuff. Because I saved the wrong picture. That's why. Because I saved the wrong picture. This fan is fucking bothering the shit out of a bit of an issue I have. So, how's everybody doing? Happy Saturday, peeps. Hit that like button. Looks like this. It's the thumbs up, not the thumbs down. If you're doing the thumbs down, then I got one of these for you. Nah. If you want a thumbs down the video, that's cool too. So we're gonna go to the movies tonight. We're gonna go to the drive-in. We're kidless this weekend, and we are gonna go see Suicide Squad, or The Suicide Squad. And what is it? Is it the Forever Purge or Final Purge or the 2753rd Purge? Whatever it is, we're gonna go see those two movies tonight. And we'll have reviews on the channel for both of them. Looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got a lot of Halloween shit to pick apart tonight. There's a lot of stuff out there about tonight. Wow. Can you tell we stream a lot at night? Actually, one moment, guys. Fuck the fan. Fuck the fan. The never-ending purge. Yeah, I think that's accurate. Mm-hmm. Oh, I got this cool cup, too. The glare is terrible, so you can't really see what it is. There we go. Got to lower the light down here. Yeah, anyways, we got a shit ton of Halloween stuff to get into today. We're talking Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends, Halloween 4Ks, Halloween merch, not Fandom Empire merch, although I am sporting it. There's a lot to get into, a lot to nitpick. I've seen a few, communities, if you will, talking about stuff yesterday and overanalyzing some tweets, and maybe they weren't overanalyzing the tweets, and maybe they're spot on. We'll get into that. The longest intro on YouTube. No, far from it. You ever tune into the Den of Nerds? I know Josh doesn't do it as much anymore, but he'd sit there and leave you there for about 17 minutes. So, far from it. We just figured you guys love the music. Who doesn't love the music? I love the music, although I suppose I'm biased. Let's dive into the Halloween stuff. I don't know if Toronto Freddy's here, but I'm going to use some of his material. And the Trick or Treat Studios masks. Let's start there. By the way, if you want to support the channel, you can feel free to send in a super chat, and we will read your question and or comment on there. Otherwise, I'll just be picking from the chat as the show goes and reading a few things here and there, because it's not going to be an overly long show. So the Halloween Trick or Treat Studios masks are out. And when they did the quote unquote promo shot, it looked okay for a Trick or Treat Studio mask. But as you started to see what the masks actually looked like, the best way I could put it is steaming pile of dog shit. Where's Tommy B? Tommy B is I'm not going to give away his location, but he's not where he normally is. And I will say this, our boy Tommy B met our boy Dean Renner yesterday. The two of those guys went out for lunch, I believe. So that's pretty cool. That's awesome. I hope Dean made Tommy pay, because fuck Tommy, right? Anyways, from what I understand, the sculpt on the Kills mask is apparently very good, which is great for people to do rehauls. You got something to work with there. But I do want to dive into what Toronto Freddy pointed out in the Facebook group, and prepare to be startled if you haven't seen this. So he said the first two are the promo shots, which is the top two, and the last two are the final product. Do you guys notice the difference? And then obviously the one to the right is actually the movie worn mask done with some promotional photos and whatnot. This is this is devastatingly bad. Now, when I said that the burns, yikes, yeah, man, it's not good. It's really not good. And Trick or Treat Studios, look, these masks come off of a line. The consistency is not easy to hold up. And then you add in the burns on a mask like this. And I remember when I first saw an image of the Halloween Kills mask, I guess now I can be a little more forward with it. It was hard to make out the colors because the image was blue. So you've seen a blue mask, and you sort of had to use your imagination a little bit of like how dark some of the areas of the mask were. And it just, I was immediately worried about when Trick or Treat Studios did a mask. Again, from what I understand, the sculpt is great. Mixed reviews on the hair, from what I can tell. Although a lot of rehaulers will, or people that do rehauls, will replace that hair. Not all of them do though. But man, like it's bad. Is that mustard, right? Right? Like, oh my fuck. You like, oh. Again, I stated when the promo shots were released, it's a pretty good start to what a Kills mask could and should look like. That looks fake. That's because that's how bad it is. Not fake, though. If you look at the tag, if you look at the tag underneath, I know people are going to get, why are you giving Trick or Treat Studios shit? Well, Trick or Treat Studios is a line, right? Like, it's not somebody who's sitting down to take hours on each individual mask. But the bottom two are not fake. If you look closely, the Halloween Kills merchandise tag is there attached to it. Does that mean someone couldn't fake that? No, of course someone could fake it if they wanted to. Yeah, Jesse's right. Click that like button. 50 people in here. Let's see those likes get up to at least 30. Let's get up to 30 likes, guys. We're at 24 right now. Let's get to 30. Hell, even 40. We got a whole show full of this shit. This is just the beginning. This is my worry. Is look, when you go get a mask rehauled, you're looking at anywhere from $200 to $500 American. And those people do a wonderful job at different levels, way better than I could ever dream of doing. The problem is, boy, is the mask underneath, the one that you actually buy, terrible. Like, it's fucking awful. That's completely up to you, Byron. Him and I don't associate for very good reason, but he is good at what he does, so I'll give him that. Anyways, I just think that at the end of the day, like, how many people? Frank Tot Studios is saying, don't worry, these Halloween fan idiots will buy anything, right? Like, I don't know. Like, look, I get it. One is the promo shot, and one is not. One is what you're actually buying. I don't know who at Trick or Treat Studios said this is acceptable. Say what you want about the 2018 masks, but the paint job on them is not this far off. And the paint job on those masks were far off. These ones are horrendously off. This is just plain lazy and terrible. And the worst part about it is they've had the time to correct it and have chosen not to. Frank says, the mask looks like a senior fell out of bed at a nursing home. Yeah, it's not pretty. Preston says it genuinely looks like the Photoshop promo shot to add more burn/dark shading. I'm normally very lenient, but this is shit. Yeah, Preston, I thought you meant the bottom two looked fake. Yeah, no, it's very clear what they did on the top ones. It's very clear because if you take away where the extra dark shading is, which does not even match the rest of the shading on those masks, that's exactly what they've gone and done. It's lazy. Uh if I were you, obviously it's going to be way easier to get these masks than it will be to get 2018 masks anymore. But whoever you're going to for a rehaul, whether they're providing the mask or whether you provide the mask, you should explore every avenue. If those guys want to work on this mask, because 9 times out of 10, they repaint everything anyways. But still, this could theoretically cause them some issues. Again, this is not my area of expertise. I'm just calling it like I see it. And holy shit, this is not a good mask at all. Legitimately, guys, I'm going to ask the chat now. I'm going to turn it over to you all in the chat on this fine Saturday afternoon. The bottom ones we're focusing on, the actual product that is in store for sale. What would you honestly give it? Keeping in mind, this is not a rehaul mask. This is not something that costs hundreds of dollars, but it's still about 90 bucks Canadian, 65 or so American. What would you score the bottom mask out of 10? I'm honestly giving it like a 2, maybe a 2.5. From what I understand, the sculpt is good on it, so people are happy with that so far. But my God, when you see what they released as the promo shot, and then you see the actual thing, and the point Preston made earlier, if we can go back to it for a second, it genuinely looks like they photoshopped the promo shot to add more burns and dark shading. And not only does it look like they did that, they didn't even take the time to blend it to make it look like it was the same thing. It's just, it's bad. It looks horrible. Tim says 2. 1 out of 10 from I'm sorry, I can't even come close to pronouncing that first name. Grixon Productions. I probably butchered that. Sorry, man. Frank says 3. Gavin's giving it a 5. You are generous, sir, but I respect that. 31's giving it a 3. Michael Stapp's giving it a 3. Byron 3.5. The Lost Relic 3. Anthony's 2. I rate them half a 1. DMT. Oh my God. Yeah. A 0 from Horror Guy. This is disappointing, and it's disappointing on a level of they had time to fix this. It would have cost them more money, and obviously companies are hurting for money during this time, but they had all the fucking time in the world to fix this. They had this mask ready last year. And even the promo shot's not even particularly close to the movie shot that you have on your right, which is a promotional shot done with stage lighting, etc. But the bottom one, I'm fairly confident my 19-month-old could shit out something that looks more accurate than that. Yeah, I just went that harsh with it, but it is what it is, guys. I was disappointed to see that, and yet so happy that our boy Toronto Freddy posted it on the group and pointed it out. And by the way, speaking of groups, I want to take this time to remind everybody that this group here, Not So Cool, they will literally kick you out if you're associated with someone that they don't like. And this group here, which is now run by our boy Dean Renner in the chat, Halloween Fandom. If you want to talk Halloween 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 zombies movies or the new movies, that is the place for you. If you want to bitch that Sheriff Brackett's hair looks completely different in one scene than the other, then you can go do that in this group and be justified about it. The one thing you won't see in this group, though, are a bunch of shit that is leaked that would spoil people about the movie. So check it out. Halloween Fandom on Facebook. Head on over there and join in on the fun. So why don't we go to this? You've seen our thumbnail for the show. I'm gonna pull the thumbnail up here. Apologies. Also, when you stop doing shows alone and you rely on 3 or 4 other people, and then you go back to doing shows alone, there's definitely, it's a little different. You got to pace yourself a little more. that, and I just don't shut up anyway. But here was the thumbnail, which we used a nice little gradient background and a new splash logo. But Michael there is actually the Michael taken from the Gutter Garbs Halloween Kills line of clothing that is coming out. They showed off a bit of it yesterday, and they're going to unveil the whole line later next week. And sort of looks like that. And it's kind of hard to see, but if you look to Michael's left where the burning of the mask is, and you look at the pieces of coveralls that are literally burning away, it looks like they've made the burning coveralls look like fall leaves, similar to the Halloween 40th anniversary poster that they did for the convention there in Pasadena, I think it was. So it's a cool little design there. I personally love this design. If they have this in a 2 or 3X, then I'm gonna pick it up for sure. What's everybody think of the Gutter Garbs design? Again, this is all they've shown. It was a little preview for next week. And while the Trick or Treat Studios mask might look like complete and utter dog shit, there it is again, I would say the Gutter Garbs design for the clothing looks just fucking raw and gritty, and I love it. Now that looks raw, but that's a different kind of raw. This shit I love. It's raw, it's gritty. I absolutely love it. KJ says Fright Rags will be releasing their Halloween line soon too. I have heard that. Sorry, I'm catching up on the chat here, guys. It's not easy to keep up with everything. I'm with you, man. I totally understand where you're coming from with that. They had ample time to do it and chose not to. Does Chris Nelson do Rehauls? I think Chris is probably a little too busy for that. That would be my take on that. So come on over, everyone. He's talking about the Halloween Fandom group on Facebook. Go check it out. Well, come to think of it, Tots halfway rehauled the mask for you with the cuts, yeah, and like some of the burning. My question is when the rehaulers paint it over, if it's going to create more work for them or less. We'll have to see. Is that group called Halloween Fandom? Yes, it is, sir. Halloween Fandom, absolutely. I thought it was Fright Rags. I thought it was Gutter Garbs. Let me search this up now. That would be terrible if I have the wrong one posted. Can anybody confirm this? I'm pretty sure it's Gutter Garbs. I'm searching on the tweeter. Yeah, Fright Rags hasn't released anything yet. I'm pretty sure it's Gutter Garbs, guys. Anyway, there you have it. It is Gutter Garbs. There you go. Gutter Garbs it is. Fright Rags posted on Instagram. Okay, so we're getting different stories here from different people. I would love to give the correct people the correct information, or you people the correct information, pardon me. I was under the impression it was Gutter Garbs, but Dylan is saying in the chat that it's Fright Rags, which is two different companies. Obviously, I've ordered from both. I like both. But apparently it is Fright Rags. So be on the lookout for the Fright Rag stuff. Although I would imagine Gutter Garbs will have theirs soon. As I see on Twitter, someone's now claiming it's Gutter Garbs. So whoever it is, apologies. Thanks, Matt. So it is Fright Rags. Thank you for clarifying that, because there is people on Twitter saying that it is gutter garbs, and people in the chat have said that too. And so it's Fright Rags. The appropriate credit goes to Fright Rags. That's their design, which I quite like. I'm just going to pull it up here. That way people can see that it's not guesswork and actual Fright Rags. But now I'm curious what gutter garbs will come out with, because they do shit too. And hopefully it is somewhere near as good as this stuff, because this stuff is really good. Trying to pull up the tweet that Matt sent us. There we go, right there. So there you have it. It's from Fright Rags. Hell of a look. Hell of a look. So it looks like it says that they're doing pre-order release during the first week of September that will allow us to take orders for a limited time, pardon me, and print and ship them by the end of the month. So you will have a shot to sport your shirt at Halloween Kills if it remains on the same release date, which I know a lot of people are posting it for certain. And I'm just not willing to go that far. I'm not, because there's still a lot of moving pieces. Let's dive into that right now. So a lot of people have been throwing these out there, and that is Ryan Turek on Instagram put out there, feast your eyes on this subscriber only cover of At Fangoria. So when they say subscriber only cover, I'm assuming that means this book will not be on shelves. And the only way to get this book is if you actually subscribe. I mean, you'll probably get everything that's inside this book with a different cover on it, but that's the way I understand it. If anybody on the chat or in the chat feels differently, feel free to post. But when I see Turek say, feast your eyes on this subscriber only cover of At Fangoria, Michael will be seeing you. And then in brackets, October 15th, everybody starts jumping for joy and thinking that, okay, it's coming October 15th, no matter what. And then we tweeted out there and attached Jason Blum's tweet to it. Could be a sign they intend to stick to the October 15th release date. However, it's important to remember it's not a call Jason Blum gets to make. Considering we have a lot of Phantom Empire events set for that week, I hope it sticks, but we shall see. We do. We have a lot set up for that week that Halloween Kills comes out. We've gone the extra mile to provide as much entertainment as we can. We let you guys know that Tommy and Matt intend to be up here for Halloween Kills. We let that out of the bag Thursday. And Jason Blum says, Michael Myers made the bloody cover of Fangoria. See you in theaters October 15th. Hashtag Halloween Kills. So there's a few things to take here. It can absolutely mean that they are intending on releasing the movie as scheduled on October the 15th. Jason Blum last year basically went out and said, well, he intends to get the movie out last year, no matter what he has to do. And it didn't happen. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. In fact, I'm 99% sure these guys want to stick to that October 15th date. I'm not entirely sure why. I think September 24th and October 1st both work better, regardless if Venom stays on October 15th or not. We gave you all the reasons in the world why we think Venom would crush Halloween head to head when we started showing you guys these slides on the Thursday night stream as we walked over all of the details, including the fact that the international box office does matter for Halloween. It was 37% of their total intake. But anyways, they're clearly making a point to push the October 15th stuff out there just one day after the speculation began about a possible release date change. I think they want to stick to October 15th. I don't know why. It seems like a bad decision, regardless of Venom staying or not. But yeah, they're clearly pushing for it. But again, at the end of the day, they don't get to make the call on that. It'll be Universal that makes the call on that. And if Universal wants to stay to that day, that's what'll happen. They'll end up staying on that day, or they'll move it ahead. It's still too early to tell. I think you give it another couple weeks, a week or two at the most, and then you'll have a little clearer picture of what's going on. Because in my opinion, if they're going to move it into late September or early October, um, then you need to do that sometime towards the end of August at the latest. My guess is it stays. I kind of hope it stays. I'm strictly speaking from a financial point of view. Staying doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It really just doesn't. KJ says, I hate the cover. I hate the and kills part and Michael's pose. The only thing I like is the fingers missing. Yeah, I mean, to each their own. I know some people that love the cover. I don't think it's anywhere as nice as the total film cover. Like, I'll pull up the Fangoria cover again, and there it is. And I mean, you got that. And I mean, it's an okay cover, but I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest. Like, would I get it? For sure. I won't be getting it if it's subscriber only. But like, this is my preference. The Total Film magazine is a much nicer spread, in my opinion. But I know everybody's already out there. Look, has anybody got their hands on this yet? Do any of you guys subscribe to Fangoria? Has it gotten out yet? Come on, the image is fine to me. I don't mind it, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. I'm not blown away by it like a lot of people, where I personally prefer the Total Film cover. But yeah. DMT says OMFG. Yes, that one. Not in the States yet. Thanks, Frank. Yeah, I checked Indigo here yesterday. I don't even think they carry Fangoria anymore. So Jamie's subscribed but hasn't gotten it yet. I knew digital magazine subscriptions were a thing, but I didn't know how many people actually still subscribe to receive a physical magazine anymore. Can't be many. Total Film has a way better cover. I agree. Byron says the same. Preston said he had to digitally buy Total Film. Yeah, I still don't think Total Film's available in the States. I got this, again, I don't want to say who it was because I'm sure he doesn't want 10,000 people messaging him asking for the same thing. But basically, I paid a buddy of mine that lives across the sea to send out 3. And our boy Kieran got one, and we sent one down to Dean Renner as a bit of a thank you. And then I kept one for myself. So, although Kieran's is somewhere in this studio still. So, I do like the Total Film cover for sure. Absolutely. Let's shift gears here. Again, there it is. I stress to people that it does say subscriber only for the cover. So I don't know if you're ever going to be able to find this one in stores. I could be wrong about that, but if you do, great. And if you don't, shit happens. Let's talk about these things here. The Halloween 4K ultra high definition Blu-ray DVDs, Halloween 1 through 5, 1, 2, 3, with the 7-inch vinyl that comes with them in the special case. And then you have the pins of all the movies really there. And in a nice box. I'm not getting the pin collection, that I do know. We briefly touched on this the other night. There's not too much I can say without breaking my word. But basically, in a nutshell, we were told we have an idea. We have a damn good idea. Like, we're 95% sure we know what the extras are that they're going to be releasing here. And just so we didn't jump the gun on them, we reached out to Shout Factory, which is the parent company, basically the overall company, and ran it by them. And they basically said that unforeseen issues came up, and that they hope to have an announcement out about them in a couple of weeks. Nothing sounded concrete, but you have to remember when they say something like that, and the original intention was to have all this shit ready for August 6th, and it's now what is the date today? August 14th. It's now August the 14th, and you're probably at least another week or two away from an announcement. I think there's a good bet these movies are getting delayed. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to get delayed massively. They might not get delayed at all, but if I had to bet, I think you end up getting these movies sometime in October instead of sometime in September. That's the information we have. And again, without breaking my word here, you're going to want to tune in for the announcement about Halloween 4 and Halloween 5 when it comes to the extras. Specifically Halloween 5, but Halloween 4 too. Jake's in the chat. What's up, man? How's it going? Jake has his own YouTube channel. You guys should absolutely go over there and check it out. Good dude. Preston says he pre-ordered the 4Ks and the vinyl. Cannot wait to have the features announced. Again, if we're right about them, and considering, Shout Factory didn't say we were wrong about them, simply we made clear that we would like an official announcement out there before we run with it. And they didn't deny any of the details that we listed. So I would think that that's at least a hint that we're probably on the right track. It's going to be a special announcement. And I do think when it's announced, as long as everything goes as planned, it's going to have more people enticed to buy these movies. So we'll have to wait and see. My guess is it's going to be a couple of weeks still, because that's what they told me. It's been a few days since that now. Maybe it comes in a week, but I think everybody's getting everybody's getting ahead of themselves if they think it's still coming imminently, because it doesn't seem to be the case. So yeah, we have that as well. When you're the only one talking on here, you lose your voice. Fuck. H4 and H5, interesting. Yeah. Interesting to say the least. Phenom Forever says, move Halloween Kills to October 31st. I would totally be cool with seeing Halloween Kills on Halloween. But their goal for the longest time was to have Halloween Kills available on Halloween night for either premium video on demand or streaming service. I wary of what Scream Factory is doing. They fucked me over with the Event Horizon movie. Can you explain that a little, Frank? I don't know what happened with that. So I know I wasn't, unlike some, I know Shout Factory, Scream Factory did the Friday set. I'm looking at it right now. And I have it up on a shelf. And when it first launched, there was definitely issues. The company does not come without its issues, but I think most companies are that way too. I can also say I was not overly impressed with the Halloween box set they did many years ago. I loved that we got a producer's cut of H6, but the way I feel about Halloween, I know everybody, not everybody, but most people go, well, you have Friday and then you have Elm Street and then you have Halloween down here. And for me, it's Halloween way up here and those other two way down here. Not that I don't enjoy the other two, because I do, but I think Halloween just tells a much better story. And I thought that the box set that they released years ago lacked, and I never picked it up for that reason. I particularly wanting a deleted extended scene that wasn't included, but that's me. I do know when, and Dean can correct me on this if I get any of this wrong. I do know that to do deleted scenes and extended scenes, it costs them a lot of money. It's not as simple as, hey, we're just going to take this footage that wasn't released and we're going to put it back in there. No, because like you can have people that didn't appear in the movie at all that are in these scenes that'll now have an opportunity to earn some money from appearing in this. And Cliff McMillan went on about this at length, actually, on I think it's called the Jibber Jabber podcast. And when it comes to deleted scenes and extended scenes, which is obviously what everybody wants to do, most times they shy away from it. There's some rumors, at least, of Halloween 4 and Halloween 5 deleted and extended scenes included in alternate openings. I think of both, but I could be wrong on that. And that all of that stuff was at the very least explored. I believe that we might be getting that stuff. I don't think it's just a case of new interviews. But when you do something like that, you got to shell out. It costs them more money to produce stuff like that. So we'll have to wait and see. I know this. If they come out and announce the extra features with what everybody's been running their mouths about, us included, about Halloween 4 and Halloween 5, specifically Halloween 5 and the SWAT team scene and all that, and Halloween 4 having a different opening, and I think Halloween 5 had a different opening too. If none of that stuff is in the extra features, and they also put the SWAT car on the cover of Halloween 5, they are going to get some backlash from people, whether it's deserved or not. They just will. That's the way that the internet works. Someone doesn't get their way and they get pissed off about it. Although even I will say, if they don't come out with some of these extras that are heavily rumored and they stick to just new interviews and stuff, it is going to be a letdown. So Dean says, yeah, Scream Factory has to kind of jump through hoops, pulling a lot of strings, sometimes getting the rights to certain content. Absolutely. I think that's a very good way of putting it. Let's talk Halloween Ends for a second. I don't have a graphic saved for Halloween Ends, but I want to talk Halloween Ends. So we talked about Halloween Kills. We talked about, the idea of a release date change. I still think it's very much on the table. I think they would like to stick to that date, but we'll see. And again, if they do stick to that date and Venom sticks to that date, like basically everybody on the channel said, it's not going to be a pretty matchup, barring a miraculous turn of events, which is possible, but unlikely. So you have that with the Kills front. I know there are still people out there saying that Halloween Kills is getting a full IMAX release, and it's just not the truth. It's not. I wish it was. That'd be my number one way to go see the movie. Who doesn't want to see Halloween in IMAX? But again, there's a lot of misinformation going out there, and it actually drives me fucking up the wall. And hey, we get shit wrong from time to time too, but like, just take a second, get your information right. Chris says Halloween, then Friday, then Elm Street. Yeah, me too, man. Exactly in that order. Me too. 100% spot on. Feel free to be honest here and give me some honest answers. We're going to go for 15 more minutes, and then we're going to wrap up. 15 more minutes. So all Q&A at this point. After I ask you guys a question, you can ask whatever you like. If you want to support the channel, send in a super chat. We will address those as well and get to as many of the questions as we can. So a watch along that we intend to do soon here on the channel. By the way, we did that one stream of Friday the 13th, the game, and through various events, etc., to make ease of access a little better. We'll be doing more stuff like that on the gaming side of things, probably at least once a month. Now that it's more manageable and doable, so be on the lookout for that. My question is, for a watch along, how many of you all would be interested if we did a watch along of the found footage movie Cloverfield, which was produced by J.J. Abrams and directed by Matt Reeves? We're leaning heavily towards doing a watch along of Cloverfield. I like the movie. I think the movie's a lot of fun. I think it's creative. For me personally, it's the best found footage movie ever made. It's subjective. I know a lot of other people don't feel that way. It absolutely inspired what we're doing with the Haddonfield Slayer. And prior to removing some of the scenes out of Haddonfield to Vanish and putting them into the Haddonfield Slayer, it inspired that too. So Cloverfield is a big one for me. Would love to do the watch along with everybody and just point out all the little things and all the little details they show in that movie. The cactus says hello. Hello, Mr. or Mrs. Cactus. Jay Ryan says yes to Cloverfield. Apparently, it's one of his favorites. Dude, I love Cloverfield. I haven't seen it in years. In fact, I don't think I've watched Cloverfield since I lived at my place before this one, so it's been probably 3 years. I think I watched it with Jade and Ray's wife. So, looks like mixed reaction for Cloverfield, but yeah. You haven't seen Cloverfield, man. We got to change that. Let's change that shit up and get Cloverfield on. Yeah, so the thing is with that Phenom is I'm not entirely sure the police station massacre scene was ever filmed. I hope it was. That would be awesome to see. There's definitely extra things to put out there for these two releases that are coming up. Oh, I'm sorry. There is one other piece of news to bring your way regarding the Halloween 4K releases. I skipped over it. And that is, we had thrown out there the idea, well, they're releasing these 5 movies right before Halloween Kills. Why are they only doing 5? Where's 6? Where's H2O? Where's Resurrection? Where's Zombies movies? Say what you want about any of those movies. The producer's cut of 6 has its fans. We got Fright Rags in here. No idea if that's the actual account or someone else, but yes, we did clarify that design is from Fright Rags and not Gutter Garbs. So this is the actual Fright Rag. It doesn't show me the. I'm only viewing the chat on StreamYards right now, so I can't tell if it's a legit account or a fake account. But if it is the Fright Rags account, then yeah. And Justin Slasher says that Halloween Kills design is not from Gutter Garbs. It is from Fright Rags. Please correct this. We did. If you were paying attention earlier, we did. Absolutely. Although you might not want to tell us that. You might want to tell a bunch of the people that are tweeting out right now that it is from Gutter Garbs. We tried to get a hold of that it's from Fright Rags, but they think it's from Gutter Garbs the same way we did. So there is some stuff going out there right now that is claiming that it was Gutter Garbs, which is why we posted it. Couple of reputable places too, so people might want to be on the lookout for that. It is a Fright Rags design. I've ordered from Fright Rags and from Gutter Garbs in the past. I wish both companies had a little. If I'm being honest, I wish both of those companies had slightly better shipping options to get them up here to Canada. It's not easy during any time to get merchandise up to Canada, let alone in the middle of a pandemic. But at least they offer the option, unlike some places. It's just like, fuck Canada. Yes, Canadians do exist and do like this merchandise for sure. But yeah, no, definitely check that out, guys. I love the shirt design. I hope that maybe if it is a legit account, again, I don't know if any of our chat mods that are here. I think it's just Frank. Yes, shipping prices are rising. I just so we had, just for shits and giggles here, Total Film magazines right now is only available in the UK. I had a buddy of mine ship them over, which I paid a decent price for, to have it shipped from the UK area over to Canada. And then I shipped one of the magazines down to one of our buddies in the chat. And it cost, if I wanted to do it for him to get it the next day, it would have cost me more than it cost my buddy from the UK to send me something. And this is from Canada to the States. So it is pretty ridiculous. I wish the customer just had like the option to pick their own shipping and pay their own shipping outright. And it's just, everything's a fucking mess right now. And hopefully sooner rather than later, for not only, you know, citizens and consumers, but the actual companies selling these products and the studios, that things get a little easier and this stuff goes a little smoother on the shipping front. But anyways, if it is Fright Rags, I have a question for you fellas. is that design going to be available on a hoodie, or is it only going to be available on the t-shirt? And we're specifically, we showed this this Instagram thing that you fellas put out. Again, if it's the actual account, I have no idea if it's the actual account or not, because StreamYards doesn't show me that shit. But there it is. It is from Fright Rags. Again, we'll correct it one more time. And if it will be on hoodies, that's awesome. Hopefully a hoodie that, is available in 2X and 3X. There are bigger people that do like these things. I know whenever myself or my fiance are out shopping for graphic stuff, and like, hey, look, we're the ones overweight, right? So we get it that there's not options for all of us, but some companies have a tendency to cut their sizing off at 2X. It's like, hey, dude, I'm 290 pounds. Let's get something that actually fits me. Again, though, I think it said if you look at it on, I'm going to pull it back up here, that these are going to be for pre-order. Let me get rid of their comment. And zoom in really closely since I can't read from that far back. Will I get my shirts in time for the premiere? Well, I suppose that depends on if they end up blinking and moving, which is definitely still on the table, although they're holding steady on that October 15th date. But basically, you'll be able to pre-order the shirt in the first week of September. Fright Rags in the chat says they have 5 new designs, including this one. Yes, that's the actual account. This is the owner. You never know, man. You get trolls on YouTube that come on here and do all sorts of things. So if it is the owner, then appreciate the clarification. Our hoodies go up to 3X. That's fucking awesome. Let's celebrate. Celebrate for me. I can squeeze into a 2X, but it's not very comfortable. But that's awesome. And they got 5 new designs. I have my fingers crossed for one. Think I might know what one is, but we'll wait and see if that gets officially announced. And can you guys confirm if it's next week that you guys are doing the release of all the merch? Like, you might not be able to pre-order it next week, but you're showing off all the merch next week, or is it just this one shirt that you're showing off next week? I feel like I'm interviewing Fright Rags with completely unexpectedly. So, one-way conversation, at least vocally. But yeah, there you have it. Again, apologies for earlier in the stream. We had Gutter Garbs up there. A lot of other people have Gutter Garbs up there too. They're both solid companies that do a good job at supporting the horror fandom, and it's a good place to order from. So check them out. I love the design personally, though. I think it's badass. I don't know if it's intentional that the coveralls burning away like that look like fall leaves floating, similar to the Halloween 40th anniversary logo for the convention that was in Pasadena, I believe it was. But it looks stellar. It's awesome. It's artistic. Great shit. Dean says, can't wait to see all these new designs. Let me stop them from blocking my face here. There we go. Yeah. By the way, is clothing size different in Canada at all? I imagine I think we're probably the same as what you guys are down there. But I can tell you that when I ordered stuff from, I think it was China, the sizing was severely messed up. Like, I ordered a shirt a size bigger than me. So I ordered it 4X. I usually prefer 3X. And when it got here, my oldest son, who's an adult large, he's 13, it fit him better than it fit me. So sizing is definitely different in places depending on where you go. But yeah, I would imagine that Fright Rags and Gutter Garbs and all those other companies that do that stuff have a sizing chart somewhere on their website. I think that would make sense. But I cannot confirm or deny that at this point. Let me go back in the chat and see what we missed. We weren't expecting Fright Rags to jump in here. They did say, though, they will be revealing all the designs next week. That's badass. So be on the lookout for that. And then maybe without giving too much away, I know there's a pretty big surprise in that movie. Maybe after the movie comes out, Fright Rags will go back and do something else. That's all I'll say about that. Maybe not. But if they did go back and do something else, I'd buy that particular merch for sure. And there you go, Jesse. They have a size chart, man, on every product on the page. So that's badass. I wish the website I ordered from China, I know it was knockoff stuff, but I wish that they would have had a size chart and I could have saved myself some money. Appreciate the info, fellas. That's great. Again, apologies for the gutter garbs mishap, but our wonderful people in the chat were all over stating that that was not the case and that it was Fright Rags. And either way, I love both companies. I've ordered from both companies, and even though you pay out the ass for shipping, it is what it is, and that's how we get our stuff up here. Because I don't know about you guys in Canada, we can't exactly go to many stores and be like, I'm going to buy this horse shirt, I'm going to buy that horse shirt. There's like, I guess Hot Topic, Spencer's, but they're very small sizes. Like someone like me is not going to be able to go get something from there. And the designs usually aren't on the level of like a Fright Rags or a Gutter Garbs or any of the places like that. There's another one I'm forgetting. For the life of me, I can't remember the name of it though. How much will the designs cost? I think he means how much will the shirts cost? Well, I think if you go to Fright Rags right now, I don't know if any of our chat mods or Dean wants to post the Fright Rags website in the chat. We'll put it up on the screen. If you go to their website right now, you can probably ballpark an idea what it would cost. Now, I don't know if the new shirts would cost. Oh, look at that. We don't even need to. It's going to be $28. I'm assuming that's US dollars. So that's like $1 million Canadian because our dollar sucks. Terror Threads is the other one. Yes. Again, we're not trying to name drop people to the point where we're pissing anyone off. But Terror Threads, Gutter Garbs, Fright Rags, all these places do a good job of bringing what most of our passion is on here, horror to life in merchandise products. So kudos to all of them. I'm sure they'll all have Halloween Kills stuff. Fright Rags themselves are saying $28, which I'm assuming again is American. Be on the lookout for that stuff next week. And if I had to guess, guys, you're gonna want to pre-order this shit quick. So if you want it in time for a October 15th release, if it stays on that date, there's definitely a game of chicken going on right now between Universal and Sony. If it stays on that date, then you should get it in time. Hell, I might even get mine in time, but I'm not going to assume too much. DMT posted a link to Fright Rags on there. I don't know what all the extra stuff is, but I'm guessing if you just go to fright-rags.com, you will get to their website. Horror Movie Lover says, so $140 for every design you've made for Halloween Kills. Geez, man, you're making me do math. That sounds right. 28 a piece. So if it was 30 a piece, it'd be 150. Subtract 2 from each one, 140. Yeah, 140 plus shipping. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Although, if they have that one design in a hoodie, like they're saying, I'm going with the hoodie. Like I think that design on a hoodie, this design right here, looks badass on a hoodie. So again, I don't know the artist who did it for them. I'm sure they have their own artist or they contract someone to do stuff for them. But it looks badass. It's so visually appealing. And it has in my opinion, it has an 80s vibe to it that's just so artistic. Absolutely love it. We're going to go for about 2 more minutes here, guys. Final questions if anybody wants to send them in. Andrew Wiseman, is there going to be a Taran shirt? Yeah, I think a Terrence shirt is likely at some point. Terrence is cool in his own mind, but I mean, you guys obviously enjoy what he does, so we're gonna definitely check it out. Oh, the designer's basically in here right now. Thank you. That would be me. Well, dude, that's badass. I love the coveralls burning away into the what looks like fall leaves. I'm assuming it was intentional. Can't wait to see the rest. That's badass. And I have no idea if you're allowed, but you know, that'd make a pretty fucking badass poster too. Just saying. Just saying a high res of that would be really good on a poster on a wall. Dare I say even better than this. And I mean, I fucking love this poster. So that's not me kissing ass either. That's just me being honest. Fright Rags is, yeah, you're doing your math right, man. You had it right. 140 for 5 plus shipping. I mean, plus tax too, I would assume. But that's good. Do Patreons get a free shirt? LOL. You get a free shirt, but it'll be something of Fandom Empire. Yeah, after the 6-month point, when you're in the Fandom Addicts tier over on Patreon, you will get a Fandom Empire shirt. Or you have some other options after 6 months in that tier. Absolutely. Modern Script says he would buy a Taran shirt. Fuck, I might even buy a Taran shirt and wear that on stream. It will make more sense when you see the rest. Well, you know what I like about it is, and I'm not saying there's any connection here because I don't know who did the artwork for this, but I love the leaves blowing in the background of Scream Factory's Halloween movies that are coming out. I know this design wasn't for everybody, but the leaves in the background absolutely do it for me. We use something very similar on Haddonfield the Vanished, and that design definitely speaks to me. So I'm a little biased, but I love it, and I can't wait to see the rest. I don't know if you guys are willing to say it. I know Justin's in here. I don't know if he can say it without Fright Rags. I don't know if Fright Rags is still in here. I'm assuming with the merch, there will be more characters than just Michael Myers available. I know we have the release next week. I know mostly everybody will be focused on Michael Myers, but I think there's a lot of other marketable characters in this movie. And I'm not even talking Laurie Strode, who I'm assuming is going to be somewhere on one of them, but like Tommy Doyle with the baseball bat and the pose that we've seen all over marketing at this point. That would be excellent on a shirt. No idea if they're doing it, but if they were, I would be buying that. I also love Anthony Michael Hall, though. So I guess we'll find out next week what happens with their designs. I can hear my wallet getting lighter, which is bad because it's already extremely light. So, yeah, this is a fun little afternoon stream. Again, apologies for the gutter garbs deal there. That was unfortunate. And if you see anybody posting stuff on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, etc., saying it's gutter garbs because we did, that's where we grabbed it from. Be sure to correct them that it's Fright Rags, and if they need any proof, they have it posted on Instagram. I'm sure it's on their other social media as well. Definitely correct them because I think when someone puts together a piece of art, the right person should get the right credit for it. As we begin to wind down here, unfortunately, we were limited to in the likeness we could use between that after the long approval process. We couldn't use anyone else. These will be focusing on Myers, but all different styles. Well, I'm very curious. What I'm curious about is, I mean, we've talked about it at length on the channel, so hopefully this doesn't piss off Fright Rags or anybody else. But we're all very well aware, and it's been made public for over a year, that there is a flashback in Halloween Kills that's very important. There's literal video of it being filmed on YouTube that for whatever reason was never taken down, and it got out there to the public. And even though you haven't seen any of it in any of the trailer, well, that's a lie. You've seen a little bit of the flashback in the trailer they put out with Blumfest. I'm really curious to see if Fright Rags was given the go-ahead to do something with some of the flashback, or if it's just going to focus on the events in the 2018 timeline. I know there's been rumors about a Halloween flashback NECA figure. Whether that comes to be, who knows? I know people have brought up licensing issues with it. And for me, I would say that there shouldn't be a licensing issue with it. As well, it might look like Michael Myers from Halloween from 1978. Obviously, it will. It's a flashback. That it's ultimately not, and it's not the same mask, although close. And that it's Michael Myers from Halloween Kills in a flashback. So, yeah, I didn't think so, man. It looks like they're trying to keep a lid on the flashback thing, which for certain reasons I understand, but for other reasons it's like, you guys literally filmed part of the flashback publicly and didn't think video would get out there, and didn't make a whole lot of sense why they're trying to keep that under wraps when it's been out there longer than anything else has been on the internet. So maybe you can do something with it afterwards. We'll have to wait and see. But Halloween Kills Fright Rags line coming next week. Be on the lookout for that. Thanks for clarification. And that's going to do it, fellas. Have a great weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, pardon me. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Tuesday. Fandom Empire Live. I have no idea what's in store for that show yet. We'll welcome Tommy B back to the show. And we'll do all sorts of things. So that's going to do it. We're going to go watch Suicide Squad and The Purge tonight. And we'll let you know what we thought of that Tuesday. Have a good night, everybody. Don't forget, the Boogeyman. He's coming.